Welcome to another Genshin Impact video. Today we are gonna take a look at Nefer, the newest 5-star character was just released, and yeah, I'm excited for this because I really like her, and I already pre-farmed everything for her except her boss materials, but I farmed them right away after I got her, so now she's already level 90 and has a pretty decent build. Let's take a quick look at it. As you can see, she has 1100 attack and 732 elemental mastery, and she also has 40 crit rate and 205 crit damage. And she has the new Nod-Krai set that buffs crit rate by 30, so it's actually gonna be 70 crit rate in battle. But the thing is, this is actually not even the completed build, because there's still one artifact that I haven't actually leveled up, and that's her Sands. Because, if you take a look at it, it's not really that good. I mean, the only useful substat here is crit damage, and it's not even a good crit damage roll, it's a low roll. Not the lowest possible, but one of the lower ones. And I really tried to get a better one over the past few weeks, but didn't have any luck. So instead of leveling this up, I decided to do something else. I decided to use the artifact Transmuter. Because I have a bunch of sanctifying elixirs, as you can see. So yeah, let's just use some of them and make an EM Sands with double crit substats. Those are pretty much the only stats she cares about. EM, crit rate, crit damage. I mean, attack would also be nice, and I guess energy recharge, but she doesn't really need those stats, not as much as she needs EM and crit. But you know, attack and ER would at least be better than HP and defense. So let's see what we get here. Yes, please, I want to create one. And okay, attack percentage. That is not bad. Defense is the last one. Yeah, it's the worst substat, let's be real. But we are guaranteed to get 2 crit rolls. And the crit damage is actually the same roll that we already had. But still, this is obviously a much better artifact. So let's just go and level this artifact up. Equip it immediately. And here we go. Okay, there goes the flat defense, and now let's see how those rolls go. Ooh, defense again immediately. Okay, that's not what we want to see here. Come on, crit. Oh, that's so painful. Are you kidding me? The next 2 rolls are guaranteed to be crit, because it's a created artifact. But having the other 2 rolls go into flat defense is, oh my god, that's the worst case. Okay, well, damn. Let's just finish leveling it up. But yeah, I'm not happy about this, needless to say. I just really don't have any luck, and this is also a low roll again. Yeah, we don't have any luck when it comes to this set, at least Sands on this set. The other artifacts are actually decent, I'm gonna show you them in a minute. Okay, crit damage again, that is fine. But yeah, now her build is actually complete, so let's go over it again. Yeah, attack is still pretty much the same. It's a little bit higher because she got that 1 attack percent roll, and now she's almost 900 EM, and she has 43 to 219, so 73 with the 4-piece effect of the artifact set. Pretty decent. The weapon I'm using is the Nod-Krai craftable at R1, the Black Mirror Lantern, which increases Bloom and Lunar-Bloom damage, and then even more Lunar-Bloom damage when you have Ascendant Gleam, which you always want to have with Nefer anyway. So yeah, this is a very good free-to-play weapon for her. Now let's go over the artifacts. As I already said, I mainly aimed for Elemental Mastery, crit rate, and crit damage, because those are the only stats that really matter for her. I got a pretty decent flower and feather, then the sands we just saw. The goblet is also Elemental Mastery, this is my off-piece, and then I got a crit damage circlet with crit rate and EM. Overall, I would say pretty decent artifacts, but yeah, I really wish that Sands wouldn't have rolled into flat defense. Oh well. Constellation is 0, and the talents are at level 6, 9, and 9. Her normal attacks don't really matter. Most of her damage comes from the skill. So, that's my Nefer build. Now, let's take a look at what teams we could build with Nefer. Of course, her best teammate is Lauma, but I actually want to try her without Lauma first, just to see what she can do in a more free-to-play friendly comp with Aino. I mean, best case we just play with Aino and Lauma. But yeah, let's put Aino with her, and then we definitely need a Dendro character, so I'm just gonna put Lumine, because she's a pretty good off-feed Dendro applicator, and my Lumine is also holding the Deep Wood Memory set. And then last but not least, I guess we just go with a sustain. We could use Kokomi maybe, or if we really want to go the free-to-play friendly route, then a Forster healer, Shinobu, I guess. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try this free-to-play team first. And then we can still use Lauma, Kokomi, and so on. Now let's go over to Inazuma, to my usual test subject, Masanori. Okay, here we are. Let's just go straight in and see what Nefer can do. So her normal attacks, of course, are not doing a lot of damage. Mainly what you want to do with her is just use the skill and then use charge attacks, but first you want Word and Do. Actually, I have 3 stacks of Word and Do right now, so you know what? Let's just test her on her own without the team first. Do this and then... Okay, 15k, not bad. We're not critting very much. 21k there. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got 43. How exactly does artifact set work again? Ah, okay, yeah, you have to trigger lunar reactions, so that's why we don't get the extra crit rate right now and only have 43. That's why we missed so many crits. But yeah, without any buffs, I saw 20k damage there, 21k I think it was actually, which, you know, is decent, but obviously can be a lot better after we use the full team. So let's do that now. Just activate everything. Okay, yeah, now we are seeing 30ks, 40ks, 57k there. Yeah, another 57k. Yeah, pretty consistently 57. 49 there. Okay, not bad. Let's try the burst. Okay, this was a 73k on the burst. Not bad actually, but it's definitely not the main source of damage. But you know, if you have the burst, then every once in a while you can use it. Okay, yeah, this actually worked pretty well with a lot of damage, and this was actually the midnight version of Masanori, so the stronger version. I didn't really adjust the time, I just came here and it happened to be the midnight version. Happened to be the right time for that. And we still almost killed him in one rotation. So yeah, even if you don't have Lauma, Nefer can definitely do some pretty good damage. Just, you know, build your Aino. That's important, because you need another Nod-Krai character. Because some parts of Nefer's kit only work with Ascendant Gleam, and also the artifact set, you only get the full 30% crit rate when you have Ascendant Gleam. But yeah, now that we've tested the free-to-play team, let's actually go and add Lauma. Just gonna replace Numin here. Now I should probably switch either Aino or Lauma to Deepwood Memories now that Lumin is gone, who was holding that before, because they currently both have the Nod-Krai set. What's it called again? The Silken Moon Serenade. They both have that. But I don't want to completely rebuild my characters right now. And I'm pretty sure Nefer should do a lot of damage even without a Deepwood holder. But yeah, usually you should have a Deepwood holder in the team. Don't do what I do, is what I'm trying to say here. I'm just too lazy right now to change the builds. Anyway, let's just do this and this. Use Lauma's burst as well. And then we do damage. Yeah, okay, 65k. Can already see more damage. 79 I think I saw, and he's dead. Yeah, I saw a lot of 60ks, and I think one hit there was over 70k. And that's without Deepwood. Even though we lost the 4-piece Deepwood Memories, we still got a damage increase just because of Lauma. That's how good Lauma is as a support for Nefer. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as expected. To no one's surprise, these two work really well together. But now, what if you, for some reason, don't have Aino, or she isn't built yet, because actually everyone has Aino. So let's say you haven't built Aino yet. Let's take a look at the other Hydro characters. Who could we use? Kokomi immediately comes to mind as a decent Hydro unit with some off-field Hydro. Furina, of course, also very good Hydro unit, but her damage buff actually doesn't work with Nefer, because Lunar-Bloom damage is not affected by that. But for the off-field Hydro application, Furina should still be pretty good. But one thing that I actually want to try is Kokomi as our sustain, and then Nilou as the last team member. Now, of course, the problem with Nilou and Nefer is that Nefer kind of destroys Nilou's Super Blooms, so you can't really do a Super Bloom team here. But my Nilou is actually C6, and her C2, if you take a quick look at it, decreases Dendro resistance when characters trigger Bloom or Lunar-Bloom damage, which Nefer of course constantly does. So even though we can't really use Nilou's Super Blooms here, we can still shred the Dendro resistance and get some off-field Hydro application out of Nilou. So yeah, I just want to try how well this actually works, because I really like Nilou and I would love to play them together. Guess we can start with Nilou here. Then we go to Lauma. Use her burst. Kokomi's skill. And then we just stop blocking Masanori. Stop blocking, please. 83k. Okay, yeah, that's actually more than before. 96. Not bad at all. So yeah, Nilou's rest shred actually is pretty valuable here. We did over 90k, almost 100k damage. So yeah, if you have C2 Nilou, you can definitely use them together. Even if you lose the super blooms, the rest shred is actually kind of worth it. Let's do this again. Oh, he's already dead. Kinda wasted Lauma's burst there. Oh well. Let's go back in right away because I wanna do this again. Wanna see if I can maybe even get over 100k somehow. No, we don't have enough energy for Lauma's burst. That's not good. Oh well. Let's see. Without Lauma, we are still doing 60k. 70k there at the end even. Yeah, this team is just, even if we don't have all the buffs active, we are doing so much damage. It's actually great. I love this team. 96k again, like before, and he's already dead. He's too weak, okay. I think I need to go to a tankier boss. But yeah, again we got 96k. So if I switched Kokomi over to Deepwood, or Instructor or something like that, then we could definitely reach 100k damage with Nefer here. And the thing is, she does those 70 to 90k hits like every few seconds, several of them. So within just one skill use, you can get up to like 500,000 damage probably. And the skill has 2 charges, so one rotation I guess is 18 seconds because the skill has a 9-second cooldown. And you can probably get like up to 1 million or close to 1 million damage in that time with this team. But yeah, like I said, Masanori is not tanky enough for this. Now, usually when Masanori is not enough, I go to Kongamato in Sumeru, but he's a Dendro boss. He has a lot of Dendro resistance, so probably not the best idea. Maybe I should try fighting the new boss over here. I fought it a bunch, of course, to get Nefer's boss materials. But what this thing does basically is that it gets immunity to the element you damage it the most in its second phase. Unless you trigger a bunch of lunar reactions. Then it becomes elementless and doesn't get any immunity. And I wasn't really able to do that when I farmed for Nefer. But now with Nefer, we should actually be able to prevent this boss from becoming immune to an element. So I kind of want to try that. This boss is also probably going to be in Abyss at some point. So best figure the mechanics out now. Anyway, let's start our rotation. Oh, we don't have Lauma's burst. That's not good. There we go. And now we do charge attacks. A lot of damage there. It's almost dead already. It's not even gonna reach its second phase. No, there it goes. Okay, that's the second phase. I almost killed it in one rotation. Okay, I ran away because there was no point in setting up another rotation when it's already almost dead. And I want to try again, try killing it in one rotation. So, yeah, let's do this again. Okay, here we go again. First Nilou, then Lauma, then Kokomi, and then we do damage with Nefer. Okay, I think it's going into its second phase now. Now if we do a lot of Lunar-Bloom here, then yeah, it's actually elementless now, and now we can do Dendro damage, and we also can still do Hydro damage. Yep, it has no immunity. Okay, that is actually good. Now let's finish it off. There we go. But yeah, this is definitely a lot quicker than what I did before. Before I used a Nilou-Bloom team, which usually works really well, but you know, when the boss gets immunity to either Hydro or Dendro halfway through the fight, then then suddenly Bloom doesn't work that well anymore. But Nefer doesn't have that problem. And she's just really fun to play. And I still think that her design is absolutely amazing. Like, yeah, out of the Nod-Krai characters so far, she's probably my favorite. She's not my favorite if we include the characters that are still gonna come out, because, you know, Waka exists, Kolobina exists. But out of the ones that are playable so far, I think I like her the most. She's awesome. But yeah, that already concludes my Nefer Showcase. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Genshin Impact and other gacha content. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.